1 unicorn, 2 unicorn. Hey guys, so this is our last morning in Edinburgh, and we were wandering around the city before we had to take our train to Inverness. We didn't quite realize that most cafes would be closed until later that morning, so we wandered around Victoria Street first, which of course had a few Harry Potter shops that we could only look into from the outside since they were also closed. Hey there guys, so we've realized that basically everything is closed until 10 a.m. So we've got an hour of wandering until shops open. There are some like bakeries and stuff open. Back there, it's the inspiration for Diagonally. I want to take a picture up the street, but they've been taking more professional looking photos for like 5 minutes. So. I read 16 years old, and I was like, hey, that's pretty young. I'm pretty sure it is for a dog. We have entered regular cemetery, which is not as well decorated as dog cemetery, and you know what? Still approve. He was apparently a good boy. I think we were told that dog, after his master died, he just sort of sat around at the grave for a while. So. And it looks like people have put sticks down at the grave. So, very good boy. Tried to get a Greg's sausage roll. They didn't have them today, so I got a vegan Greg's sausage roll. I have no idea what's in this. This is the last longer train journey of the trip, where we sat across from a nice older couple who happened to be going on the same bus tour as us the next day. The Inverness train station was fairly small, but very pretty on the outside. Everything we needed seemed to be within walking distance of it, which was also great. Our last hotel in the UK here is Bed. This one is also teal. Very similar. And this is a bare minimum bathroom. Random corner with nothing in it. Could have a mini fridge, but they decided not to. What's the view? Oh, it's actually not bad. Wow. We did not actually eat inside the Victorian market, it was just cool looking. We actually wandered around until we were so hungry that we went into whichever restaurant had seats available. This river footage is of the next morning on our walk over to the cathedral where our bus tour was meeting.
And that's where they were yesterday.
3 bus.
Very quickly. So there's not much light once you get down there. It's very dark. The water also comes from peated sources.
What up, gamers? We're at Loch Ness. We're going to the Isle of Skye. This is just a little stop. We are on the side of the road, but wow. We're having uncharacteristically good weather still. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but for this tour, we get to see stuff. According to the internet, the first fortified structure was not built on the island until the early 13th century as a defensive measure. The castle was one of the sites of the Jacobite risings in the 17th and 18th centuries, which destroyed the castle until it was reconstructed according to the surviving ground plan in 1932. Hello crew, so we paid £3.50 to just go around the outside. No food or drink, as we have also realized. I think it's about £12 or so to go inside the castle. Apparently It's not as old as you'd think. Maybe 100 or so years. So. It's always stairs with these people. Hello everybody, welcome to the doorway. We are at the doorway where I did not pay to go in, so we are out here taking touristy photos with the rest of them. Now that I'm further away from the tourists, but more in the wind, I'll show you guys one thing that I did figure out was that random metal thing by the door was an old door pull, but it's not intact. And I don't have tickets to go inside the castle to see where the bell would have been, but would have been inside there, in the courtyard. Things that I wish I could have, but it would be too heavy in my suitcase. She sailed on a day over the sea to Skye. As much as I'd like to keep the audio, I think I'd rather avoid copyright. The Skye Bridge connects to the Isle of Skye to the mainland, spanning 2.4 kilometers, with the main arch being about 35 meters high. It's free to cross, but originally there were expensive tolls charging both ways to cross, which made literally everyone angry. Before the bridge, there used to be ferries that went across. So now we're on the Isle of Skye, which is the largest of Scotland's Inner Hebrides. This bus tour took us around to Portree for lunch, Kilt Rock, the man's Storr, and some other notable sites which you'll see in a moment. Hello everybody, apparently if you stick your face into the river for 7 seconds, it gives you wisdom and beauty. And I guess this is where I tell you guys to just look where you are, and not just because I don't want to stick my face into water when it's cold out. Does this look like the face of someone who's about to dip my face into the water? It's cold out. And obviously, I am already in your grace. Going up the winding road. We are not going up there. We have to leave in like 5 minutes. Funny enough, so while we were coming up, one of the tour buses were coming down, and it was our tour guide from 2 days ago. Okay, final thoughts on the Isle of Skye bus tour was that it was great. We left around 8 a.m. and arrived back to Inverness around 7:30 in the evening in time for us to have a late dinner. If you are doing one of these bus tours, I would recommend doing a little bit of research into these companies and the tour itself to make sure that you have enough time for meals and such. This was our last bus tour of the trip, and I would highly recommend these tours, especially if you aren't renting a vehicle to get around the UK. All of our tours were with different companies, and I liked all of them. All of our tour guides throughout the trip were really friendly, gave us more facts than I can ever remember, and made sure that we didn't miss the bus. So 10 out of 10 would do again.